morning. It's July the 15th, and I just wanted to make a little video of our butternut squash, hand pollinating our butternut squash, and that it works. You can see I'd made a video a few days ago on my channel of hand pollinating your butternut squash, and you can see how nice and big this thing's getting. And not only that, these vines are going crazy. They're growing everywhere. This is a South Anna butternut squash variety. It's a hybrid crossed with the Seminole pumpkin. It's bred for disease resistance. And you can see all our other butternuts I pollinated in there. So we got 3 there, 4. I just did one this morning down here. We got plenty of butternuts popping out on these guys. And like I say, these vines are, I'm having to, this is my driveway, so I'm having to turn the vines back into the planter bed there. And we planted another one over here where we had our, what was it, where the Patterson onions were. Here's some plants in some pots we got here. There's our sweet potatoes. They're reaching the gutters. They came back out of their little funk after the hailstorm tore out the bottoms of the plants, and now they're just filling up. So they're looking good. Here's another butternut squash we planted, and I've got to get in there. There's a female flower down there on the bottom. I found it this morning. I'm going to pollinate it as soon as it opens up. We got the male flowers on the top. This butternut over here is starting to come out on it. We planted this. This was our last one. It was an extra butternut squash. I try to have a little extra seeds when we plant things, and no one wanted it, so I went ahead, and after we pulled the Pattersons, I went ahead and planted this guy. And I just made a video yesterday of planting some chia in here, and if you look, it's starting to come up. And we had some volunteer tomato plants a friend gave us. The goal was to let this butternut just colonize the whole planting bed area there, and then just leave a space where I can get in here and water my tomato. Well, after our volunteer tomatoes was brought to us, we decided that might not be a good idea, because I didn't want to be stepping all over the vines like out front to get in here and water these tomatoes. So I took this old swing. This is a yard swing that the actual swing part was broken. Our neighbors set it out for heavy trash pickup, so I went down and picked this swing up, and I set it here and built a frame inside of it. This is our garden stakes we had for our giant Marconi peppers and our tomato plants that we lost. And I put them here. And now this big wide parking lot behind us is nothing but a wind tunnel here. So I knew trying to grow this butternut squash on this little bitty trellis with these, what are they, 1x2 stakes, probably wouldn't work. If it got as full as the ones out front, loaded up with butternut squash and those vines, it would break in a windstorm. So we used this swing. We used the swing to wire the top of the stakes to, and put the stakes in between the legs, and I drove those stakes in the ground, and now we've got it greatly supported. You know, it should withstand the weight of, if it gets as big as the ones out front. The goal is to tie it up this string. I've got a string there, let it go up the string. and wrap it around these runners, and then when it gets to the top, just start wrapping it around this metal frame, and then maybe bring it back down the arbor, little homemade trellis here. But I've been waiting for 2 years to use this guy, this metal swing, and I was actually just going to use the swing itself and not build a trellis on the inside of it, and use paracord to go from the metal down to a stake in the ground. You can see the stake in the ground. I tie the string to that, and then we just wrap that vine around the string. You can see that in there as it grows up. But with the winds here, that might work in another location just using the swing itself. But the winds we get here, through here anyway, this side of the house, are just absolutely incredible sometimes. So we didn't want to take a chance on getting just using paracord or something like that, or string, and then the weight of the butternuts and the weight of the vines actually tip this guy over or break the string, whatever I chose to use, after seeing the vines out front. So we got some use out of this garden swing frame finally. It's not an eyesore, it looks pretty good. We try to repurpose a lot of things. Here's actually an old window screen on top of our new tomato plants. After we lost our tomato plants to a hailstorm, we put this window screen. It does two purposes. It will help somewhat with hail, but if we get the tornado winds like we got, it's not going to do much with the last storm. And then I used the winds here. The storms come in from the south, and south is this way, and the winds blow this way. So there's a little hail preventer and the screen on top, and it's kind of a shade cloth too deal, so it kind of helps. They're doing great. These are the ones we planted after we lost our other ones, and they're starting to do good. So just a little update on our butternut squashes, and using this swing from the front yard that was set out at the curb to go to the landfill, and now it's serving another purpose. If you like the content of the channel and the videos, give us a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.